All right, this is round two. Let's do our mic check. Make sure we sound all right. Mic check, sound all right. All right, we sound okay. So like the title says, this is a workflow on how to use Antigravity and Stitch to create an Android app. I'm not a developer, I'm not a coder. I tried for a very long time to learn how to code, to learn some computer languages, and failed. But ever since I discovered this anti-gravity and Stitch, it's super easy. I've found ways before, like, to code. Well, not really to code, but to get around the fact that I don't know how to code. Where I would like buy source codes from like Code Canyon and other websites, and modify it and then publish the app on Android, the Android store, or the Apple App Store. So there was ways for me to get it done, but you still needed to know how to read the code and like what needed to be modified and so on and so forth. But now with anti-gravity and Stitch, like no coding is actually no code. You don't need to know any type of coding. The only thing you need to know is how to speak to the AI and ask the AI to do what you want it to do, and it will do it. So now I'm going to share with you how to get your design done in Stitch, Google Stitch, and once Stitch do the mock-up of the design for you of your app, how to go to anti-gravity now and make anti-gravity while using Android Studio a little bit, make it do the magic and have your app come to life. So I'm going to show you guys all that, and I hope I can do it within like an hour, but if not, we'll go a little past an hour. We're 3 minutes in, so let's start by showing y'all that everything I'm doing on this video is done by AI, right? So if I go to my Gemini screen, you can see that I asked it to create me a YouTube title and description. It did so, right? So I am a streamer and I want to do a live stream on YouTube on how to use Stitch, Anti-Gravity, and Android Studio to create Android app, come up with viral title, description, and tags that will attract a lot of live viewers. So when I did that one, I just put Stitch, and as you can see right here, it says send Stitch, likely Mongol Stitch Atlas. This is not what we want. I had to redo this, so I copied it and pasted it, and then just added Google Stitch, right? So when I did that, it came up with the correct options. It came up with option 1 and option 2. We're going with option 2. Option 1 is good, but it says speed run, and I'm not trying to like do the 30 minutes or an hour. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get a lot done within 30 minutes. So we went with option 2, which is the future of dev angle, education, and authoritative. Right. So title, the Agentic workflow, how I use anti-gravity and Stitch, full guide. So I went with that title. I added the description and added the tags. I also wanted a thumbnail for the video. So I said I need you to create a YouTube thumbnail for option 2, the future of dev angle, education, and all. And it did so. I liked it, but I didn't like the picture. So instead of a person, replaced the person with an Android. So it kept the same thing and just gave me a Android, and I used that as the thumbnail for the video. So if y'all watching this video, y'all would see that that's the case. So everything we're gonna do is gonna use AI on this video. So now that we have that situated, and I told y'all how I got the video, how I got my description and title, now we're gonna go to the good stuff, right? So we're gonna go to Stitch, and we're gonna tell it to create us an app. I tried to do this video earlier, and I got stuck at the part where we had to like build the app and send it to the phone, and the emulator would not work. But I figured out how to use the physical phone and still show it on Android Studio and have y'all see it. So this is part 2 of the video, but not really a part 2 because I deleted the first video. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna tell it to create a app for us. I forgot the. You know what? I'm just gonna use the same the same the same prompt. Okay, and see if it'll give me the same one. But if it doesn't, then even better. Then we'll just do it based off a new design on Stitch. So Control V. I would like you to build so super simple, right? So I'm writing. I would like you to build a radio streaming app that allows the user of the app to also add stations on the fly. That's it. Easy, right? So we're gonna let that go and give it a slow time. It's gonna run through what I said, and then it's gonna say to us to design a comprehensive radio streaming app where user contributed stations. We would start with these core screens: home, discover, player view, add new station, my library favorites, station search, and so on and so forth. All right, cool. So it's generate. Okay, so yes, generate all screens. So we're gonna give it the go ahead to do so. All right, so now Stitch is doing its thing. It is generating the screens. Oh yeah, Steph. It gets better. You get to see it. I told you about it when I was doing it, but now you get to see it if you actually stay up. You should put it up there. Put it up there instead. All right, so Stitch is working this magic, and we just got to give it a little time. It's gonna do its thing, and it's also gonna ask us if we want more screens made that it thinks the app is going to need. So we're gonna let it do its thing. Whatever it comes up with, we're just gonna go with it so we can make this video nice, short, and to the point, right? Ooh, this is good. So it actually gave us a little thumbnail. Okay, I like the discovery. So it gave us the same discovery from earlier. The library looking the same. Okay, cool. And the radio home discovery. So it gave us 2 of these. Both look the same, but okay, it's all good. So now it created everything. It tells us what it did. Okay, so it wants us to do light and dark. We're gonna do light also because change the theme to dark mode. Okay, let's see. Let's see what happens. See what you do. All this is like extra. Okay. So we're just gonna see what it does and see if we want to keep the dark mode with neon accents. This is not light mode, but it thinks it is. Whatever. Let's see what it does for the dark mode, and then we'll continue from there. But yeah, it's pretty easy to do to design in Stitch. You don't have to do no design, and like in Figma and all the other things, you have to like really put in the work. You don't have to do that with with this. You just basically cheating. Okay, so I think I like this. I like this a lot. I don't like this discovery. I don't know what is doing here. This discovery just is not. Yeah, I don't think it I think it messed up with that discovery right there. But I do like the colors on this one. You know what? Nah, we'll go with we'll go with what we had. We'll delete this. Okay, come on, Del tree. Okay. Add a sleep timer feature to the player. I don't think we need that right now. We could do all that after. Okay, so we have our basics, right? And then we could also add more pages in anti-gravity. So we just needed the basics, and we got the basics. Let's do fit to screen. All right, so everything there looks good. So this is our design ID. We're gonna just copy this real quick, and that's pretty much it. This is it. Uh, it is that simple. So we got our home screen, radio home screen. Okay, we got some explore genres. We got the mini. I like the mini player. I want the mini player to show up on the new station form if we have it playing. And I also want it to show up. It's going to show up here, but it's not the same as here. So we're going to have to make it the same. And on the discovery page. All right, cool. This is good. Like I said, I'm just going to show y'all how to like design in Stitch. Not really design. Ask the AI to design it for you in Stitch, and then bring it to anti-gravity and make anti-gravity do all the rest of the work. All right. All right. So that's good. Now we get to leave Stitch. Actually, let's go to this screen. We get to leave Stitch and go to, let me see. Let's go to Android Studio. We're gonna close what we have open. Close project. Okay, and then we're gonna close that again. Close project. And what we're gonna do here is we will actually delete this. No, we'll leave it. I'll just call it something else. Okay, so we're gonna start a new project. MT activity. Next. And then we're gonna call this Tunes Lover. Shout out to the original lover. All right. So Tunes Lover, and we're gonna say leave everything default. And finish. And this is basically all we need Android Studio for. This and just to like send it to the phone when we use anti-gravity to make all our changes. Okay. So Tunes Lover, we have that, and it's creating everything, all the libraries, everything it needs to be to create. We're gonna put it on project files so we can see it like that, and then we're gonna go to anti-gravity, where all the magic is gonna take place. So in anti-gravity, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna close folder, and now we are going to open folder, and then we are going to find the location of Tunes Lover, which is right here, and we're gonna select that folder. All right. And after we do that, now the only reason I'm doing this tutorial is because like the tutorials I found online about and anti-gravity and Stitch don't really get in depth on how to like get it to like design an Android app, or even I'm guessing it could do the same thing with an iPhone app. But what I'm showing y'all right now is step the step one to like whatever on how to do it. I'm not gonna show y'all how to like sign the app and upload it to the store. That you could easily probably like ask the AI to help y'all with, and it'll gladly do so. But what I'm showing y'all is how easy it is to start the setup in Stitch and then bring it to anti-gravity and no coding. You won't need no coding. Every mistake, every error you get, you will just input it back to the AI and the AI will handle its business for you. All right, so this is like a truly no coding app we building. All right, so now that we've opened anti-gravity in our folder, let's check and see if, okay, so Android Studio is done with the work, and as y'all can see, what I was having issues with before, we don't have that issue anymore because we have our Google Pixel 6 showing up here. All right, so we good to go. So now y'all get to see when I build it, it'll send it right to the phone. All right, cool. Now that we have that going, let's go back to anti-gravity. And now we need a way to get anti-gravity to see what we just did on Stitch. Now you could go in and use the Windows what do they call that tool? The snipping tool. You can use the snipping tool and just open up Stitch and snip screens like this. This is one way you could do it, but I'm not gonna do it that way. Copy, go in here and paste and tell it, hey, can you please start building Tunes Lover based on the screenshot that I'm giving you? The screenshot is home screen, and then you have to do that for every screen that you have on Stitch. But you don't want to do that. What you want to do is you want to have Stitch or have anti-gravity communicate with Stitch, right? And the way you do that is with this MCP servers, right? Which is just going to allow Stitch to anti-gravity to see what you have going on Stitch, and you can just tell it, hey, uh, project ID number, blah blah blah. Can you please start building this app based on that project ID number? And it's going to like do its thing. So what you want to do is you want to click on the three dots, MCP server, and then you want to just type Stitch. And once you click on that, you add it, and it's going to ask you for the API key, and you're going to have all the information on screen. I don't have it because I already have Stitch installed, but it's super simple. I'm only the only reason I'm not going to show y'all how to do this part is because it's simple. Like, it's going to be on the screen. It's going to ask you. It's going to have a link. You're going to go to Stitch, and then you're going to get your API key. Once you got your API key, you're going to come back to Antigravity, paste the API key, and boom, Stitch is going to be up and running. And that's it. So don't get confused and think and say to yourself, oh, he's not teaching us everything. No, that's easy part. Y'all can do that yourselves. So the way I had to do it before I learned that you could have done the search for Stitch, I had to go to manage MCP servers. So if you don't see Stitch, just click on manage MCP servers, and then you're gonna see add, and you just add it. Same thing. Get your API key and bring it in here, and you're gonna be good to go. All right, and it's gonna look like this. So you're gonna see this. It's gonna be there already, and then you just gotta add your. Oh, I just showed y'all my freaking API key. But I could remove it, and I don't think, yeah, it's only gonna allow you to create. Oh, yeah, I get to create. Yeah, we don't want that. Yeah, I get to list projects. We don't want that neither. All right, let me do something real quick. Let me. I gotta change the API key. I'm stupid for that one. All right, let me go back to Stitch real quick. I gotta do this real quick before somebody gets smart. I'm gonna delete both of these API keys. Thank God for that. All right, so don't get no ideas. I'm gonna delete the API keys and reconfigure it. That was stupid. Okay, so I just did that. Now let's re-add these keys. You can't see anything, right, Steph? I did the ultimate strippity. Showed my API keys. I did that earlier. I'm surprised nobody hacked me. Hopefully I didn't mess something up and now it's gonna be like, oh, you can't use it. That'll be another tutorial wasted. All right, all right. So I did that. Once you do that, and you have Stitch MCP, you have anti-gravity MCP to Stitch. What you want to do is this, right? You want to just to see if it works. You want to just say list projects on Stitch. So Gemini should list the projects unless I messed it up, like I said, with doing that stupid. Okay, so client registration not supported. The authorization copy will proceed. What the hell? See, I just messed something up. I hope not. Let's see. Just messed something up. This is not. Okay, yeah, that's nothing. All right, let's see. Come on, come on, generate it. Let's see if it'll pick up my my Stitch. Probably messed it up. I don't know. Hopefully not. Well, hopefully I ain't messing up that bad. Says it's working. Huh. What did I do? What is this? MCP authentication failed. See, I messed something up. Now I have to fix it. Let's see. Okay, maybe if I just remove these and okay, let's see if I add these two. Refresh. All right. Let's try it again. Allow once. Okay. This is all y'all fault. I would not have to delete my key if okay. No. I attempted to list a project, but the request failed. Okay, let's try this again. Come on. You got this. You got this, AI. Alright. It's currently I've confirmed. Okay. I'm focused on okay. MCP list projects. Okay. Allow this conversation. Okay. Let's see if it works. Show details. Full output into output text. Okay. All right, it found everything. All right, so we back. Whew. All right, so the same ID. Okay, so wait. Let me make sure y'all can see this. Okay, so the one we're gonna be working on is going to be Live Station Player, right? I believe that's the one. Let me make sure. Yeah, Live Station Player. Okay, so now what we want to tell it is we want to tell it to build app for us. So before, what I did is I told Antigravity to create me a Android Studio prompt markdown, so I could input it in Android Studio, and Android Studio would do all the work. But I found out that's not even necessary. You could just tell Antigravity to create the app based off the project ID on your Stitch, and then it'll just like create the tunes level based on what it's seeing from Stitch, right? So how I did that now, I have to remember. Let me see if there's a history. If there was a history, that would have been nice. Oh, right here. Okay. Show 11 more. Create stimulus calculator, no fixing. 1 day ago, 6 hours ago. I think it was 6 hours ago, I think. Yeah, let's try this one. Open in current window. Let's see. Alright, this definitely not what we want. It was 6 hours ago. Fix unresolved designs on home screen. What's that? Whatever. All right, let's start from scratch. Whatever. This is bad. All right, okay. All right, we got our list. Now, what we want to tell it is we want to say, I'm gonna try to be creative with it this time. You are the world's greatest developer. I would like you to thoroughly, see if I know how to spell that. Thoroughly, oh shit. Thoroughly, I think that's wrong. Thoroughly look at the Stitch project with ID number. We want to copy and we're going to paste. And I would like you to look at project ID number. Look at the Stitch project ID with our project and put and code the tunes lover app Android application. I need everything. I need all the. I need the app to be functional. So please be very vigilant in your coding. Don't take shortcuts. We don't need to do that. AI is going to take shortcuts. All right, let's do this. Boom. You are the world's greatest developer. I would like you to thoroughly look at the Stitch project with ID number, blah, 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 and code the tunes of an Android application. I need the app to be functional, so please be very, very vigilant in your coding. All right, let's see. Enter. So now it's going to go through its AI thing and handle our business for us. So see, now it's looking to Stitch, and it has a project ID, and now it's analyzing. It says I'm examining the project directory structure, specifically Android app. So okay, so now it knows this is the directory, and it's doing everything it has to do. Look, check this out. This is amazing. You don't have to do nothing. So analyzing main activity. Now it's gonna start like modifying files. Okay, so now it's these are the different screens I think it's gonna find. So home directory and all this other things it's gonna find. It's just gonna put it together. You're gonna see. You are going to see. So analyzing build Gradle, .kts. If we go to Android Studio, you're gonna see like it's starting to put together everything. If we drop down, okay, UI, you're gonna see it's gonna start all this is gonna start coming to life. So if you go back here, look, so it's asking me to accept code that it's modifying. So I'm just gonna say yes. So it's asking me, okay, I'm changing this. Do you want me to change it? So it's doing this. I'm changing that. It made this file just now. So I just accept. Build Cradle, it did the same thing. So I'm going to accept. So all I'm going to do is just accept. The AI is going to do all the coding. We don't have to do no coding whatsoever. And after it does what it's supposed to do, we'll go back to Android Studio, sync, and build. We'll get like probably 1 or 2 errors. When we do that, when we get that, we're going to just tell the AI, hey, can you take a look at this error and fix it? It's going to take a look at the folder, find the error, fix it, and then we're going to get to build. After we build, then we can like get to the parts of the app that don't work, because a lot of the stuff is not going to work, and you just got to go through it and be like, okay, let's say the like button does not work. Can you please make it functional? That's basically it. Anything that don't work, just tell it to make it functional, and it's gonna figure it out. And if you wanted to use its AI brain to to like make it much better, you could do that too. You could just tell it, hey, I'm not happy. Can you like spice it up some? And it's gonna do it. So see, all these files, it created the model KT, it created the home screen, the main activity, it's modifying. So every time it creates a screen, you're gonna see like the main activity be modified. So this is the main activity, see? It's asking. So every time it does something, it asks you, do you want me to modify and make the changes? And I'm just gonna say yes to everything because I trust in the AI. So far from what I'm seeing, it does it right. It doesn't disappoint. You see other screens, and mind you, when you're doing this, make sure you choose Gemini 3 Pro Low, because if you go high, you might run out of credits quick. And then I did that in the beginning, and you can't really go back and use these others. You could go back and use the others, but you want to start with 3 low. I think this is the best one. Start with 3 low, and then you'll get like much more credits, and then they'll do the same thing Pro will do. And then when you run out of credits on this, you could go high or you could go flash. Something's up. It's not asking me if I want to agree to. Oh, there we go. Now it's there. So yeah, I didn't want to have to go through all this, going through the different screens. So yeah, it's still working. So it modifies, and it goes back to main activity to make sure it tells main activity this is what I did, and add the import. You're gonna see. You're gonna see once I build it and send it to the phone, and you see a fully functional app. You're gonna say, "What is that simple now?" And I'm not coding. As you can see, I'm not typing. I'm not doing anything. I'm just talking. I'm just talking to you guys and talking a whole bunch of nothing. But yeah, it's still going. It's going to be done in a few. Still working on home screen. We're supposed to have more than that now. How many screens did you do yet? Let's see. Home screen, other screens, player screen. So we got 3 screens. Supposed to have 4 screens, I believe. Okay, bottom nav bar. We need the mini player too. I don't see no mini player, so it needs to get that going. Player screen, okay. So it just modified the player screen and then updated the main activity with this, I believe, player. And then you could learn how to code on based on this too, because like every time it does something, you just look at the file and see like what it added. See the home screen is just modified, so I think main activity is going to be modified soon. And then see, it just added this composable. Okay, home screen. So I'll accept that. So you could learn how it's performing the task, and probably learn how to code. Just vibe coding in the long run. So home screen modification again. Okay, cool. It's done. So it did what it had to do. Boom. The application is now functional with the core flows implemented as requested. You can now build and run it on an emulator or device. All right, so now we'll go back to Android Studio, and we'll see that's errors all over the place. So you can't trust AI right now. You gotta sync it, and after you sync it, then you'll know if everything is good. So I'm syncing now. Okay, so the sync went good. I don't see no red underline. Okay, there's some coming now. Boom, player screen is there's an error here. Okay, but the build was successful. So now when we do the send, let's see. We're gonna get an error, and then I'm gonna show y'all what I mean by it's so easy. So no matter what error you get, so it started and it shut down, right? I don't know if y'all saw that. And then we got this error, which is like just one. I'm surprised at that. Okay. All right, cool. So we got one error, which is this fixed screen thing. So what we'll do is we copy it. I could do it on Android Studio, but I prefer to just keep everything anti-gravity. So I'm just gonna put fix this and then Control V. And it's gonna run through it and see the problem, and then it's gonna fix that real quick for us. And this is basically all you're gonna be doing. You're gonna tell it to do something, an error is gonna occur, and you're gonna tell it to fix it and continue. All right, so boom, it fixed it, and then it updated the main activity, and the application should now compile. So we go back here, and now all we gotta do is run it. We don't have to sync. It synced it already. Okay, so we got a little, we got more problems. So the home screen is bugging out, right? We have a lot. Okay, you know what? Let me sync. Let me see if we have to sync it first. No, we have a lot of errors here. This is bad. I should make Android Studio do the fixes, but I want to continue to use anti-gravity for this. Fix this. It'll fix it though. We'll see. Took it a little longer, but I prefer anti-gravity fixing it because I did everything in anti-gravity than having to do it in Android Studio and again more errors. But this is good. This is good because y'all get to see that it's not just that easy, but you could get some mistakes. You can get some errors, and you just gotta fix it. There's 3 errors here. See, we just gotta keep doing that. Copy. Fix this. I should macro fix this. All right. Hopefully it gets all 3, and we don't have to copy and paste anymore. If you read it, you can see like it's probably the same radio, headphones, and music notes, unresolved. So it just has to resolve. Okay, yes, okay. It just has to resolve those errors, and should be good. Let's see. Sync, sync. Okay, so all the errors is going from here, and we should compile now. It should compile and build. It should build. Let's see. Should build. Come on. And then we can see if we get any mistakes on the phone, and we'll fix that. Come on. It's gonna build. It's taking a little long. But yeah, that simple to build an app now. I used to have to go buy source code from Code Canyon and take like a couple of days just to like modify the app, and then send it to sign it and send it to the app store. But now it's simple. All right, it's gonna build. Let's see. It'll probably run and then shut down, and then we'll just have to fix that, or it'll just run. Let's see. Let's see. Are we gonna get it? Launching on device, which is right here. Okay, boom, built. That easy. All right, so our app is built. We're just gonna make sure stuff worked. Okay, discovery screen is not there. Coming soon. Coming soon. So anti-gravity took shortcuts. So we got to tell it, hey, none of those, you didn't build the other screens. Why? You didn't build other screens. Build other screens. And yeah, but it took shortcuts. I don't like that. Let's see if yeah, it just built the home screen. But hey, the one I built earlier actually built everything. So we could just go back to anti-gravity and tell it, hey, you only the home screen was only created. Can you please look at the Stitch project with Stitch project? Let's get the ID. Let's see if we can get it to build the other and create project and create all the screens and add functionality to all of the screens. And let's be nice. Let's say thank you. Let's see if it'll do a better job on the second go, because it did not. It created this screen and then it just said coming soon with all these screens. I don't know. I think this thing is listening, because remember I said like we could do everything else in anti-gravity. So I don't know if it's like seeing that I wasn't sure and it just created this screen, but I want every screen to be created. But then again, it created the other screens. It just did not code them. Look, home screen. All these screens are created. It just did not. Okay, so now it's doing the screen, the player screen. Models. Okay, I see it says editing models kit library screen. So editing the library screen now. Okay, so it just added more code. Good. All right, so it's doing that. It's doing what it's supposed to do now, I think. So it did create them, but it just like made them a coming soon. We didn't ask for that discovery screen, so it just added a discovery screen. So it hits the discovery screen. All right, cool. All right, so now it's doing what it's supposed to do. I guess it wanted to show me what it looked like and see if I was going to be happy with it. All right, so while it's doing that, let's go in here real quick. So see how this looks? If I go to the Stitch, you see, we don't have the picture, the live now. We don't have the search. We have explore. We don't a lot of stuff is missing. So I'm gonna show you how to fix that. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys how to fix that. Super simple. Let's accept main activity. So bottom nav bar. So it's fixing that. Add station. So we created that. Okay. All right, so it's doing what it's supposed to do. Okay, we'll accept library screen. So it just, see, more code. Just added more code. So low 5B, so it added some presets. Thinking, okay. Screen navigation, okay. So it's actually doing, okay, so this is everything it did. I have implemented all the screens from the Stitch project and connected them to lead navigation, home screen, discovery, cool. Okay, functionality already existed. Okay, cool. Okay, see? It tells you everything it did. So now if we go to Android Studio and we sync again, we should get some errors. Just never that simple, right? Okay, we didn't get no errors. Let's see if it'll just work. It never just works. You get, oh, it just worked. Okay, so we get to go on that. All right, so now let's see. Discovery is there. Library is there. And profile is not there. Profile is not supposed to be a profile. It's supposed to be actually a settings. So we're gonna tell it to like change the profile to settings. Yeah, we don't need a profile screen. We need a setting screen. Okay. So we're gonna tell it to do that. Okay. All right. I don't need a profile screen. Instead of the profile button on the navigation bar, can you change it to a settings button and create a settings screen? I want the settings screen for now to have a light to dark theme toggle button. All right, let's do that. So now it's just looking at the project it designed and modifying it. Yeah, that's all we're going to be doing right now. So edit in setting screen. So did it add a setting screen? So it just added a setting screen. So boom, dark mode button. So it's going to add a toggle. Boom. So that's the code for that. Peerings. So it's going to have appearance, and then we can add to this. We can tell it, okay, on the settings screen, can you please add whatever, whatever we want to add to it, we're going to add to it. And we could even, since it's doing that right now, we could even go to Stitch and say, can you add a settings page? Well, can you create? Okay. See? Now we're creating a settings page. Boom. All right, we'll see what this look like, and then we could just I'm gonna show y'all how to screenshot the individual pages and get like anti-gravity to like get it 100% how it's supposed to look. Okay, so anti-gravity is done. Let's see what it looks like now when we build All right, so there's an issue. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna copy this issue, go back to anti-gravity, and then put fix this. Remember, this is our magic 2 words. Fix this. Okay, so it's looking, and let's see what it look like. All right, so this is our settings page. So we're gonna tell it to create the settings page based off this. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. Accept. Go back. Okay. Let's see if we have any others. Nope. All right, so it starts back up. All right, so it changed the profile to settings. We got that, and then boom, light to dark mode. So now we have light mode. See, it did this. We have to get this fixed. This is not good. Okay. All right, so settings. So that means in the settings page there's a double code. So what we could do, I don't want to code, but I'm tempted to like see if I could fix this without. Okay, so yeah, it did the code twice. You can see it right here, right? Is that twice? So navigation appearance, no. Bottom nav bar. I don't see it. I do not see it. Why would it be there twice? Why would it be there twice? Bottom bar. Maybe that's why it's not supposed to be in here. Okay, so let's just do this real quick. Let's fix that. And the settings screen, the bottom navigation bar appears twice. Fix this. So it's gonna look at the settings screen. Investigating nav bar. See? Boom. It's not supposed to be there. And I was about to remove that too, but it's whatever. I'm like, it's not supposed to be there, but you know, it's too lazy. The AI got me lazy. Can I say? All right, so now it's gone. All right. Okay. The light is hurting me. All right, so like I said, the home screen don't look like what our Stitch page looks like. So here's the home screen, right? That's how it's supposed to look. So what we could do in this case, we could tell it, we could open up our snipping tool, do a new, and then we could just get the screenshot of it, and we could copy, and then we could go back to anti-gravity, paste the reference image and tell it, hey, hey, my home screen is supposed to look like the reference image I've provided. Can you please fix the reference, fix the home screen and make it look exactly like the reference. Don't take no shortcuts. Analyze the reference image and give me an exact fix. Oh, let's go. Let's see what it does. So what we look like right now, we look like this, right? And we're supposed to look like this. All right, up to here probably. So we want this to be exactly like this and the live now to show like that. Okay. So let's see what it does. So far so good. So far it's really doing what it's supposed to be doing. Okay. Models kit, models. Okay, so it's playing around with the placement of things. Look like I already did it. So models kit. Let's see. Okay. So it edited something here. And unlike me, when it's doing changes, if you really want to learn how to code, what you could do is you could like just check it out. You don't have to accept. It'll just do everything, and then you can go through every fix that is done and check it out and read and get something from it. So look, home screen. So it's changing here, it's changing this, it's adding, it's removing. Okay, so everything it's doing is here. So you can accept. So it did what it was supposed to do. Now when we go to Android Studio and we rebuild that, our screen should look a little bit different. Our screen should look exactly like. Oh, there's an error top left. Okay, so we're gonna fix that. Like I said, you don't have to tell it to fix it here. You can also tell the Android Studio AI to fix it, and they'll do it. You could save some of your anti-gravity credits by just asking the Android section to do the fix. So look, it's going to do. So boom, it's just debugging the graph search. Okay, accept. Okay, cool. The app should compile. I'm gonna show y'all. If it gives me another error, we're gonna do the fix on Android Studio. The next error we get. All right, cool. So boom. All right, so much better, right? So we have what we was looking for. None of these buttons will actually do anything right now, but we just have to tell it, hey, there's no functionality. Can we add the functionality to it? And if we play, let's see, we're not gonna hear anything. Y'all probably will. I don't know. Um, if one of these work, y'all could hear it. Let's see. I don't think none of these presets work. I have to tell it to add like working presets. Okay, so how you do that? You could just go here. You could tell it, hey, can you add some preset stations that actually work? Add let's say 30 stations and 30 stations different genres. So now we telling it to add stations and we want to make sure the player works. Defining preset stations, adding stream URLs, so it's gonna consider audio playback integration. Okay. Okay, so it's searching the web. It's searching these places for playlist files, M3Us, M3UB 8. Okay. Okay, I've been gathering some stations. We got a growing list. Okay, cool. All right, analyzing. Okay. Build Gradle. And it's going to make some changes on these files, and then it's going to add the stations. Okay, cool. I guess. Okay. None of the stations are here, so I'm guessing the next file it's going to do, it's going to add the stations. Library? Will it be in here? Yeah, it's going to add it here probably. Station data. Okay, so it just found all the stations. It added. Same thing you could do with the station art. You could tell it to find only stations that have station art, and it'll do the same. It'll do the same thing. It'll scour the internet for it, and then add it to the list. Okay, player screen. So it's doing all the updates. It found a bunch of stations. Except. Okay, so now let's go build. We got to sync. Okay, we'll sync. And then we'll build. If we get an error, I'm going to fix it on Android Studio instead of using Antigravity, just to show y'all like the AI on Antigravity and Android Studio work both the same. They both do miracles. Okay, so we have a error. The material API is likely to change, so we're going to tell it to fix with AI. So now we asking the AI in here, which is pretty much the same AI that's on Antigravity. They both Gemini. So it's going to look, it's going to modify, and it's going to sync. Mm-hmm. So it did it's doing the change. I think I just saw the change happening in real time. Okay. Was that it? I see the build error. So it had to look through all the code. Remember, it didn't do any work on here. So now it knows the code. It's gonna do the change for us. Accept. Keep. Okay, so it's done the work. So now let's do the building. And now look. So we could go back and forth, right? And you see all this these warnings, we could fix that also. All right, so this is all the change that we've done. Now we have working station. So if we go to our library, I'll discover. Oh, it did not add. Oh, we should have more stations than this. Okay, we don't have all the stations. That's weird. Let's think. Let's think and see if that's the problem. Okay, we just synced. Yeah, we don't have our big list. Our list is supposed to be big. Okay, we have our station adding. Okay, let's go back to I do not see the new stations on the build. Can you please go over the code and make sure everything is working? We have it here, station data. Yeah, station data. I'm looking at it. I can see you looking at it too. Models kit. Okay, verifying data population. Okay. So that was the problem? You didn't populate it? Okay. Search Android manifest. Why are we doing that? Diagnosing network connectivity. That's not my network. Okay, so there was a little issue, which was internet. Okay. Investigating display issues. Okay, cool. Considering station presentation. Home screen had issues. What was it? Station data. Okay, that's why. Station data was missing. Could that be it? Okay, I guess that was it. Let's see. Let's see. Are we good to go now? Okay. Still don't see a bunch of stuff here, which I'm... And it's not there neither. Yeah, something is up. Okay. So it's like saying it's doing so, but it's not doing so. Something is wrong. Let's see if there's errors here. Cannot system server. You know what? Let me clear this. Clear Lobcat, and then let's rebuild it. Let's see if we get any errors. It works. This station is working. I'm hearing this station on my phone. The only way y'all is going to be able to hear it is if I add sound. How would I do that? Audio input. Let's see if I can do it with this. I would like y'all to hear it. Actually, y'all should be able to hear it. Yeah, hear it, right? You see? So it works. The only thing I'm not seeing, I'm not too happy about, is the stations. It's not listing the stations. So my library. My library is not listing the stations. So let's see if we can figure something out in Stitch. Okay. Let's fix it first. So my library is supposed to look like this. Okay. Which screen is that? Library screen. Okay. Library. Okay. The reference image is the library screen. Well, is how the library screen is supposed to look. Fix the overall look of the library screen. Make sure it looks exactly like the reference image. And also make sure where is it? What's that file I'm looking for? Station data. Make sure all the station data is added to the newly fixed library screen. All right, let's see if that will fix it. So I told it I want my reference. I want my library screen to look like my reference. You off a little bit. And once you design it as per the reference, fix the data, the station data. So it's supposed to look like this. Favorites, my added stations. Add your own station, you know, with the little mini player. I want it to look just like this. Yeah. Library screen, so it's doing the work right now. It's modifying it. And in the comments, if anybody is reading, is going to read this comment or will be reading this comment in the future, let me know what this is. The plus 318 and the minus 117. I want to know what this is. Oh, okay. Insertions and deletions, added and removals. All right, so that's done. Let's build it. I just want my data to be there. Okay, library. Oh, now it's there. Okay. But we don't have no images. So we could also tell it. So, but it looks exactly like it's supposed to look like now. Okay. And then we got the mini player that's there. All right, cool. So now what we want to do, since we have that working, we want to tell it to find the station thumbnails. Find all station. Find. Oh, okay. Find thumbnails for all the stations listed in the station data kit. And if you cannot find thumbnails for any stations, remove the station. There you go. Cover art thumbnails, doesn't matter. See, it's looking for logo URL. Okay, logo. So it's trying to find logos. This is going to take forever. We got 30 stations. It's going to look for every single one of them. Look at this. Wow. Oh, see, I didn't even know this. This is dope. So it shows you all the changes it's doing to the files. Channel is unrecoverable, broken, or disposed. It's a lot of stations. All right, so 1 hour and 19 minutes. Remember, we built the app like in less than that. Now we just going through like the process of just adding to it, making stuff functional. So the app was built like in less than like 30 minutes. So we did do it. But yeah, you could definitely build an app now without knowing how to code, which is crazy. All right, still looking for logos. Did it find anything? Let me see. Black and white logo. So it found a logo for this one. Let's see. See what these look like. So that's WFMLU. So you can actually preview the logos. Let's see. You can actually preview all the logos it finds. That's cool. So why did I choose to make the sample app internet radio um app, right? I used to build internet radios for people. I think I built like maybe like six, six or eight my entire time doing it. And they always ask like for an app. Can we get an app? Can we get an app? I'm like, you don't need an app. You have like TuneIn. You have like all these other apps that you could just submit your station to, and they'll do the same thing. And some people were like hell bent on having an app, and I used to try to build them. Like I said before, I used to find source codes and modify. But with source codes, you always gonna hit like a section where, okay, so if you go to Code Canyon and you buy a source code, let's say an app, an internet radio app, and you buy the source code for it, it's going to work, but it's going to work with probably like the version of Android it was designed for. So if you have like a newer version of Android, and let's say the dev that is selling that source code no longer exists on Code Canyon, you're not going to be able to use it with like newer Androids. You'll have to make that update yourself. You'll have to figure out how to add the updated code. So buying like source codes work, but work with like the Android version it was built for. Anything newer, and if the owner did not update the files on Code Canyon, you're gonna be stuck. So I never learned how to do that. I always got stuck. Um, yeah. But with vibe coding, I don't need to. You don't need to worry about that anymore. You just tell the AI to build your freaking internet radio app or a game or a, a CV. I've done a CV, basically like a resume app. You tell it to do whatever, and it's going to do it. And the changes are easy. Like I said, the changes all you got to do is like tell it, hey, make this functional. I'm gonna show y'all how to make a couple of things functional, but we're not gonna like do the entire app. So I'm gonna show you how to. I'm gonna make it. Okay, so when we go to the player, right? So far, okay, that's functional. That's actually good. This is not functional. We don't need this because settings is already down here, so we could get rid of one of them. So we'll get rid of this. I want a play button in the center, so I'm going to tell it to add a play button in the center and a nav bar, which is not needed. That's like excess. Okay, so these are not functional. The back and the forward. I want this to be functional. I want it to like to go to the next station, the previous station, or the next station. And so I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try to just modify this entire screen because I did this app already, but not this exact one. But I'm gonna modify it on to the point of how the one I designed before looks. So basically, I had the art here, and then on the background, I had the art blown up and drop down the opacity to like maybe like 10%, so it can show in the back as the wallpaper. And I made the back and forward button functional. And what else do we need here? And the volume button, I think. The volume button and the cast button. So I'm going to try to like tell it to do all that on one prompt and see if it gets it right after it handles its business. All right, so it did everything we told it to do. What was we doing there? Oh, station artwork. So let's see now. Let's see what we got. We might get an error because anytime it does like pictures, it wants to spit out errors. It forgets to update something. So, okay, so don't got no errors. Oh, we do have one. What is this? Unstable API class. I don't know if this is enough to stop it from building, but we will see. So it did all this. Discovery screen, add station. No. What is it? Deprecated. Icon show. User. One. So we might get some errors. We might get a red. Oh no, we might not, because this is all warnings. Warnings is not bad. Warnings will not stop it from compiling. Okay, so what did we just do here? Oh, the station logos, and we didn't even get that much. Look, it found one. What? There's no way. Support for K. Let's compile it again. It found way too many to not. Actually, let's see if we got some error codes. Maybe we can just fix it. No error codes. Okay, so uh it didn't find that much logos. Maybe it was looking for logos. Maybe we should tell it to find something else. Maybe we should tell it to find updated station data. I went through the list of 30 stations and found direct image URLs for most of them. Using official logos or weekly comments. I removed the stations where reliable video could not be found. Okay. Okay, let's do station image art. Station art. Check the code because I only see one station that has been updated with thumbnail. Fix this. Let's see if it fixes it. We got a little tight. It's 128. I don't want this stream to be more than 2 hours. We gotta wrap up. Maybe it found it just did not update the files properly. Where would it keep these thumbnails? I don't know where would it keep them. I don't want you to go through this again. See, it has the images. Yeah, it has all the images. It's just not showing them. I don't know why. See, all the images is there. So it did the changes now. So 19 insertions, 10 deletions. Okay. But it has the stations. It has the URL. So there's the error right here. Error while editing library screens. Don't know why, but let's see what happens. Let's sync it. There's a problem here. Okay, so we do have a problem. Let's see something. It says error while editing library. Let's see. See what happens here. Okay. All right, let's see now if it fixes it. Was that the problem? Yeah, it fixed the error. But we still don't have our... Okay. So I'm going to run this again. Let's see. Sync. We got one red. Where are you? Don't see it though. Okay, now we got, okay, so now the code is cleaned. All right, let's build. This is still red though. Tool usage. Oh, we actually got some people in here. That's cool. All right, so still we don't have the thumbnails. I don't know why that's happening. Oh, it didn't thing yet. There we go. Let's see. All right. Still no thumbnails. I don't know why it's doing that. Now, stations work though, but the thumbnails are not showing up. We gotta figure out why, right? Wonder if it's because of this stupid error that keeps showing up here. Audio system. That's clear. All right, let's fix this. Maybe this is the problem right here. Let's fix that real quick. Fix this. So yeah, we built this app from Stitch. We went from like designing it on Stitch, and now we just trying to fix the look, the overall look, and then functionality. So we designed it in Stitch, brought it into Antigravity, and told Antigravity to build the code for us, looking at the Stitch design using MCP. And now we here. We have it built, but we just no coding. I didn't have to do no coding. Now we just trying to like fix the functionality and make sure it works. So the problem I'm having is the stations work, but I don't have my thumbnails. I want my thumbnails. So let's send that. And hopefully we get the thumbnails to show up. Yeah, still only one is showing, and I don't know why only one is showing. But only one is showing so far. Alright, and I'm not getting no image decoding logging drop. Could that be it? Look, it keeps happening. I wonder if this could be it. A warning, right? Image decoding login drop. Let's see. Could this be the reason I'm not seeing the station thumbnails? Let's see if it answers the questions. Alright, screen. It found the thumbnails, but it's just not applying them. Look, where is it? Okay, what's this? Okay, let's accept. We don't care. Like the AI is doing a great job. We just accepting. All right, let's see what happens now. Okay. All right, cool. So now, okay, this is not cool, man. Still not showing up. Image encoding, login drop. And we still getting this warning. Okay, let's uh 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 my radio library. Screen. My radio library screen. What screen is that? My radio library. Add station. Discovery. My radio library screen is what? My radio library screen. Which I think is this screen. My radio library screen has to be this screen. It's not. Okay, let me try it like this. Let me try one more thing, and then if it doesn't work, okay. My radio library. Oh. The add thumbnails for the radio stations on the my radio library screen. Only one station is showing a thumbnail. I would like all the stations to show thumbnails of the station. Let's see if that works. Unless it's just considering this a thumbnail. Maybe I should say station artwork. Just gonna try to find freaking images again. I hope not. That's not the end of the world. So what I'm gonna show y'all is the player screen and how to get everything functional on that player screen, and call it a day. Because we're gonna spend a lot of time trying to get these thumbnails to work, and I know they could work, but it's just not working right now. Okay. Okay, let's build. So no errors, but no thumbnails. So it's crazy. All right, so that's not gonna. Okay. Okay, so the backwards, forward, the back, forward buttons don't work. The settings button don't work. The only button that works is this button, the back button. So we want to add a volume. We don't need a volume. Let's keep it simple because you can always use the up and down arrow volume button. You can use a physical. We want to cast. We want cast, forward, back, and menu button. We don't need this menu button since the settings is already here. Okay, so this is how we're gonna do this. We're gonna tell it on the player screen, remove the hamburger menu, make the forward and backwards buttons functional. Forward should go to the following station on the list, and backwards should go to the previous station. Can well, add a volume. Volume button, not button, but slider, and make it functional. Also add a cast button and a like button. Make both of those buttons functional also. All right, let's see. So right now our screen is not functional. None of these are functional. And we're gonna have, this is the only thing functional, right? We know that much. So this is going to be functional. This is the backwards, forwards is going to be functional. It's going to add hopefully a volume slider here, and then a cast button. And the cast button is going to be functional, and the volume slider is going to be functional, and the like button is going to be functional. So if we go back to Antigravity, it's making it happen. So player screen, main activity, models, added in models. What is it doing to models? It's adding. Okay, cool. It's removing and adding, so it removed an add. Player screen, made 2 changes, toast and text align. Okay. So no coding, just a lot of talking to the AI, and hopefully the AI listens. And for the most part, it does listen. I have to figure out why I'm not getting it to do the thumbnails, but I'm gonna try something else with the thumbnails. I'm gonna try to do that in Android Studio with the Android Studio AI. Or you know what? I could bump up the model. I am still using 3 Pro Low. So I'm gonna try to use high and see if that works. Alright, so let's see what it did with the player screen. Okay, so if I go to the player screen, we have a volume. Okay, so let's play. Unknown station. Okay, that sucks. We had an unknown station. Let's go to.
Support for KEXP streaming comes from
so that works. I don't know if y'all can hear it.
Connects audiences with global roots music and artists in the Pacific
So it does work.
Opportunities to experience.
Okay, the forward button works. Okay. but none of these stations work. Okay, so forward button works. Backward buttons work. Okay, so we got it to work. So it has the like button, and we're gonna create a screen for that. So anything we like, we're gonna have like a favorites page, and is going to add it to that. In the cast button doesn't work, but now it's trying to cast to like my. It's trying to cast to like the only thing that's on available in here. All right, so this is good. I don't like the alignment, but that all that could be fixed. So we got this. I would probably prefer the cast button to be down here, but it's good up here. Fill in the space. All right, so let's see. Add station should work. We got a station. Test. Hello. And you could upload and then add station, right? So now let's see if we have a test. Okay, so that did not work. Let's see if it works here. Test to Mundo. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all how easy it is to just add that functionality. Okay, add station. It doesn't work. We can you fix it? Clearance, no, fix it. Fix it. Okay, station screen, analyzer. Intervention mutation. Okay, cool, accept. Now it's making sure that the station data, we are able to send information to it and it writes to it. Manage station creation. It tells you exactly what it's doing. So you can learn how to code by just reading everything it's doing, I think. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I think people are going to get so used to doing it this way that they're not even going to want to learn how to code. They're just going to want to learn how to tell the AI to code for them. Until the day comes and you just be like, hey, create me a app, and it just creates it and everything is functional and it's no longer needed. And that day is like right there. Right there. Smell it. Alright, so let's go to stations. Let's go to library. Add station. Let's do it again. Let's do test. Let's do Mundo. And then add. Boom. So it added it. So we have our station that we created. It's not going to work because the Mundo is not a link. Can we delete? Delete does not work. So now we have to make that work. Okay. Delete button. Let me see something. Let's see if the edit button works. Delete and edit button does not work. Okay. Okay, so library screen. That's what we wanted that on. Main activity, analyzing UI component. Okay, I'll update the calling function in library screen. On-click station ID, providing the on-click logic will either add or update a station. Cool. Okay, let's see what it did. Station, okay, cool. So it's removing nerve controller, and it's adding all this, and it's removing adding stations. Okay, cool. Apply changes, accept. So that was simple, right? It removed and it added new code. And there wasn't crazy amount of coding it added. It wasn't like one simple lines to make that happen. So on add station screen, it did 40 insertions and 14 deletions. Reviewing logic, identifying missing component, analyzing library screen, identifying missing functions, defining library tabs, refining the add station button. And voila. And library screen, okay. Just added this whole code there. All right, so that's done. Let's see if we could edit. Delete all right, so we finally got one. All right, so we'll do fix this. Control V. Fix that real quick. Accept all. Do that again. Close, open. You see it? It's not the add station wasn't like wasn't permanent. So every time I updated the app, whatever you add would remove. So we're gonna fix that too. So let's do test and test to Monday. Alright. Add. So it's there. We can edit that. We can edit that. If we edit this, let's copy. It's not allowing me to select, so it's all good. Can we delete now? Boom, we could delete, right? But what I said, when we add a station, if I send an update over there and they update it, all their stations will be gone. So we gotta make it where the stations stay for the long haul, right? So we're gonna tell it when a station is added after updating the app, station is no longer and make it where when I add or update a station, future updates of the app don't wipe added newly added stations. Let's see if it understands. The AI understands. So addressing data persistence. There we go. So that's a data persistence issue. Okay, prioritizing the quick fix. Station data implementing. So now it's going to make it where. Okay. Cool. Go successful. Check command status. Let me say, okay, cool. All right, let's see now. Persistence. That's what it's called. Okay. So it's telling us everything is going to implement to make data persistent. And this looked like a lot. But we'll see. Before I go all the way down, I want to make sure that how the part thing that I was. So this is all the fixes is doing right now. I hope I didn't break anything. It's doing a lot that I didn't see last time. It's just. Oh, so basically, whatever it's doing, it's like, you know what he's asking for, I can just do. I'm not even going to ask him to like modify files. I'm just going to do, and hopefully it works. And it's making sure everything is working after it makes changes that doesn't get errors, just without my permission. See? This issue calls I will do all 5. It's just like it's amazing. We just exceeded bringing tokens. You got us. You got us. You just exceeded tokens.
All right, let's see if we broke a whole lot. We probably broke everything, but we'll see. Oh, we didn't even break that much. Okay, we didn't even break nothing at all. All right, so cool. That's working still. So at station, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do test 1. We're gonna do 1 test. Okay. We're gonna add, and then we're gonna add another one. Test 2. And 2 tests. Okay, at station. So now we added 2 stations. So now our whole thing is, if we build it again, these should go like the way of the dodo, right? And they don't go the way of the dodo. So this is actually working. So now we can add and update the app. and no issues. So let's test this again, but let's test it. Actually, let's go back to here and change it to Pro and tell it to fix our freaking thumbnails. I want all the stations to display their station thumbnail. All right, so we're using Gemini 3 Pro High, and we'll see if that could like fix this freaking thumbnail issue. Yeah, thumbnail. We're not getting the thumbnail. The only one we have is this one right here, WFMU. Everything else is like the default thumbnail. We don't want that. We want the proper station thumbnails. And I know it it's there because look, image URL. The image URL is there. So if we go here, that's okay. So that might be the problem. Wikimedia. Wikimedia might be the problem. Okay, all right. The problem is Wikimedia. Yeah. Okay, so I think that's the problem. Wikimedia is the problem because WFMU shows find WFMU. You see, WFMU is the only one that's not. This one shows. Let's see. That one is also not working. Okay. But a lot of them are Wikimedia. Wikimedia is not working. So what we could do, we could tell it we're gonna say all the image URL from Wikimedia do not work. Can you fix this by finding different sources for the station artwork? All right, so it's searching. Got an error for this. I don't know. Which one is this one? Oh, okay, that's not a little issue. Ran into a little issue. All right. Let's see if it fixes that issue, and then after this, I think I'm gonna be done because I am getting a little tired. It's been like 2 hours and 10 minutes. We got this to work. We got the what else we got to work. We got this to work. So all the buttons on this screen works. But I want the thumbnail to show. And we could add more stuff to the settings if we want. But yeah, it's really easy to build an app now. Vibe coding is legit. I testify to that. What I want to see is if it does the same thing with Apple app. If it could do the same thing with building an iOS app. That'll probably be the next video. Searching. I told it Wikimedia is no bueno, so see, investigate why Wikimedia links might be failing. I think it's gonna find issues with all of these thumbnails because websites don't allow hot linking because it sucks their bandwidth, right? So hopefully it fixed something. Still thinking. All right, here's the changes. Still using the same thing. Hopefully it works. It's shorting them down. These look different. Let's see. File not found. I don't think this is gonna work neither. File not found. Yeah, it's not gonna work. All right, so some changes was done. So let's see if the library is still showing tests. So test is still there. So we can't get thumbnails for the stations. We can't get thumbnails because Wikimedia doesn't seem to like want to let us live. That one don't work at all. Image URLs is not working. Can you download the images from the image URL and host and store them in the app? And maybe that'll work. Image persistence, yeah. Local resource handling, okay. Refining download strategy, okay. Asset-based storage, okay. Asset-based integration, completing resource linking. This one might work. So it just basically wrote a script to download the files, and that failed, most likely because Wiki. Wiki is not allowing. Okay, so fail, 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 fail. I don't know why it keeps like trying Wikimedia. It's not trying to give up on Wiki, but the problem is Wiki. Oh my God, come on, man. Wait, did this work? So it got two. It got 2 out of 30. Why you keep trying Wiki? I'm getting tired of running these scripts. I don't think it's going to work. So now I got, yeah, I got 3 still. Okay, 4 or 3. Keep doing the same thing. Wasting my credits, man. All right, I think that's gonna be it. The scripts is not working, and just keeps making me like run these scripts, and they keep failing. Oh, okay. No, cannot resolve. Cannot resolve. Mm. source main assets. Okay, so we got a couple. We got 6 now. Image sourcing. Okay. We're giving up on Wikimedia. Should have been gave up on Wikimedia. I don't know why we continued. Just scour the internet. I'm pretty sure you can find BBC Radio too. Yeah, look, Avatar. Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. Oh no. Oh no. Hopefully, I don't know. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see what's going on here. I think it got fed up. Okay. Oh, we got some thumbnails. B6 case. Okay, that's not. Oh, it made its own. Triple J. All right, that's good enough for me. That's good enough for me. But yo, where did it find all these? Let me see. Let's see if it's like something that could be used in the future. Oh, cool. That's better than. Yeah. Well, that'll work. Let me see something real quick. Yeah, all right, cool. All right, so that's good. I'll probably do another stream modifying it some more. Fixing this up. Again, the thumbnails will work. Yeah, fancying it up. Yeah, I'll probably do that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Subscribe, like for upcoming videos. Like I said, part 2 of this I should be doing, because I wanna really fix this up. All right, cool, man. That's it. Thanks for watching, all 1 or 2 of you. Check me out hopefully tomorrow or the following day. Yeah, this week. It's gonna be this week. For part 2. All right, subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Whoever's in here, make sure you subscribe, and hopefully whoever comes to watch it, when it posts, subscribe, like, and share.